Hey everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Missy and this is my husband Akeem. And on our channel, we actually offer content around lifestyle, home decor, and just our family in general. So if you are not already subscribed, make sure you pause the video right now, subscribe so you can be a part of the family. And for everyone else who has already been subscribed and following us, welcome back.
Alright, so as you can tell by the title of this video, we have decided to go ahead and get a pool. And we're super excited about that. The process has been interesting to say the least. And if you stay tuned to the end, we're actually going to upload and show you the full pool design. It's a 3D rendering, flyover. It's really cool, very detailed. It actually has the exact selections that we chose, so it's not like a true mock-up. Well, I take that back, it is a true mock-up. So it has like the color of the wall, the tile, the coping, and everything that we chose, and how we plan on decorating the backyard space. So stay tuned to the end for that information. All right, so when we first decided to get a pool, for those of you who don't know, we contracted in August 2020 to go ahead and build our house. And right around the time, right before they started construction, when we got the survey, the land layout, I started to reach out to pool companies just to get an idea of how much it was going to cost, to be honest. I kind of had some ideas as far as what we wanted, but we really wanted to just see what the pricing was like. But again, this was at the end of when COVID first introduced itself here in America. So prices have changed dramatically since then. A lot of people's value went up, so they have a lot of equity in their home. People are pulling out equity, putting in pools, the whole nine. So I know for me, well, I asked you, what was your primary reason for wanting a pool? Because I have mine, but I don't think we ever discussed this like together.
I think we did in one of the videos. For me, it was like two things. For me, it was, I guess like more so like the water feature. So being from Michigan, specifically north of Detroit, we were surrounded by water, like we were right across from Canada. So my friends and I, like, we spent a lot of time, like, I came from a small city, so we spent a lot of time at the water. So being out here in Texas, is no water. It's really no water to be found. I think Galveston is probably like 2 hours away from us. So, so it's like not having access to just like, just, I don't know, just being around water. Not that I'm like much of a swimmer, but I love the peace and serenity that it brings. And we, you guys know that we don't have any back neighbors, but we do have like this green space out there. So as far as like not having back neighbors and not having like that fenced view is great, but then it's just literally nothing but grass. And I kind of just want to see some water at this point.
Right, so for me, it was, I've always wanted a pool. Like growing up, I always wanted a pool in the backyard. And, having, as many kids as we have, we wanted to have, we may be regretting that now, because we always said this before, we always wanted to have the house that our kids' friends wanted to come to. Personally, so we can keep an eye on our own kids and we just, feel comfortable knowing where they are and what they're doing. So when we built this house, we built it for our family first and foremost in mind. But the small caveat to that was, hopefully, our kids' friends will want to come hang out here.
I mean, most of that was mostly not because we didn't, trust, other family or anything like that. I think when we talked about it before, it was like the fact that we had a big family and just keeping all the kids together. So it's like, with 5 kids and they all have friends, they're all spread out. But at least, if we create a house or a space, they can all bring their friends here but still be together as a family.
And real quick, caveat, we normally don't dress like this. Like, I'm literally about to go to...
down.
Well, I mean, a little bit. Not to
all the way.
No, not how you normally on video.
I mean, no.
You're dressed down in real life, but on video.
I wear this all the time, but like my hair and makeup, well, my lipstick and hair is different.
It's a little different, but I'm going to work here in a little bit. Trying to sell a couple houses, so that's why I'm a little bit. But anyway, so the process, right? So we had somewhat of a design, and if you're like how I am, I think, well, you may not be this way. No, you are this way. I know what I want, but I don't know everything that I want. Like, I have a general idea, so I'm counting on the pool builders to take my words and bring it to life. because I don't know what's all possible. Like if you can do something special with a water feature that I haven't seen somewhere, I'm not gonna know to ask for that because I don't know it exists. So, you know, we were really, you know, pushing for the pool builders to give us something unique. We didn't want something that was, you know, the status quo that everybody does. We didn't want a fiberglass pool, so we wanted to, you know, actually dig it out, the gun, shoot the gun night, the whole nine. So the first guy, he was really cool, and I'm trying to find as many of the renderings as we can, and if so, I'll put them on this side. The first one, I think I remember. Do you remember? I'm trying to.
That was like literally when we first contracted in August, Akeem was like
steps, okay.
super excited. So he had met with a pool guy like probably the first 20 days of us signing the contract.
Yeah, the foundation wasn't even for it yet.
Yeah.
So, but his design, so, you know, I told him a little bit of what we wanted. And I think they always kind of give you something very cookie cutter. And then you can kind of scale up or kind of move it around from there. You know, they always ask for a budget, but I can only go off of what I know a little bit of, ask other friends.
Yeah, I feel like
pools.
And I'm sorry for cutting you off. I feel like that's.
Oh, you cut me off now?
I feel like that's the one thing about us though. Like
your friends always say,
whenever, and you do.
Yo,
but
Missy high.
Let's see you doing it again. Just let me get it out.
You know I'm gonna talk to you. Y'all keep calling me out, but I'm gonna be quiet. Go ahead.
But no, I do apologize for cutting you off. But I just want to say, as far as like a budget, one thing that we've always like everywhere we go, people are always like, "What is your budget? What is your budget? What's your budget?" We don't have a set budget for the most of it.
For anything.
We tell us like we'll tell you what we need, and then you just pretty much tell us, you know, how much it costs. Like we know what we want. I don't want to say like money isn't an issue because it's not like we're over here rolling in dough, but we have this thing where if it's going to, like if it's gonna cost a certain amount and we want it, we'll figure out how to get it. But we don't want to set a budget and then you're like, okay, well within this budget we can give you this, that, and the third. Like no, tell us what we can get and we will either come up with a way to get it or we will scale back if need be. So, you know, that was the one thing I think with the very last guy. I think he was just like, let me give you the bells and whistles and then we'll go from there. And that's what we prefer. So same thing like house hunting, cars, whatever. Like it's just like we know what we want.
Allergies. Huh? No, my allergies are messing up. I'm sorry, go ahead.
But it's like we know what we want. I don't ever want to make it seem like, oh, you know, money is an issue. It's not that. It's just how do we get it? Like that's always been our thing. Okay, well now we just got to figure out how to get it.
Yeah, 100%. It's tell me how much it is, and I'll tell you if it's something that I can come up with, if it's reasonable, or if it's not. It's almost like, you know, buying for guys. It's like buying a engagement ring. Mm-hmm. You don't know how much the engagement ring costs, but if you go into a store and you say this ring is X amount of dollars, that may be $2,000 or $3,000 above your budget. But you like, this is the one, you figure out a way.
Yeah.
But if you say only show me rings within this budget, I would have never seen that ring. So I'm not gonna be able to buy it. So show me all my options and then I'll determine or we'll determine what we can do.
Yeah, but we respect the budget. Like we respect people's tiers and budgets and different things like that. But initially, like that's just how the both of us think, like collectively.
So going forward, like kind of fast forward in time, we had some luck with some good pool builders as far as them being able to send us quotes, from, you know, send us renderings and things like that. Then we had some not so good luck, but fortunately enough, one of our friends, her and her husband, they built a pool in their backyard this past summer, right? And when we saw their reveal and everything, you know, we were, you know, like that, you know, it was really, really nice. So I reached out to him. Huh?
You said in their backyard.
Oh.
Like where else would it be?
Could have been on the side yard.
Technically, that's true.
It's still part of the backyard though. So, but yeah. So anyway, her reveal everything. We reached out to her. She was, you know, super transparent.
She was amazing. Yeah, she gave us she was very detailed with her process, which, you know, you either can or can't get that with people. But we definitely appreciate her because it definitely helped guide us from pretty much what we thought was it to, oh wow, you know, like this was like the budget, and then it was like, but this is what you can get without a budget, and then, you know what I mean, like just how to figure out, not how to figure out, but just like I can design this if this is what you want. And like you you'll see the difference in the first ones. Like the first one, it was like, okay, this is nice. Like we were super excited about it. But I will say, like I told Kim, I was like, but what about everything else? Like now we got to figure out, you know, plants and different things like that. And then the other company came in and was like, boom, you know, whoop, there it is.
Boom, whoop, there it is. Really? So, like everybody else just kind of sent us a very generic pool. You know, around, was it 90 feet total around, something along the lines? Yeah, 30 feet by 30 to 10 or 15 feet wide. Maybe a hot tub, maybe a spa, maybe, you know, steps in the corner side. It was very generic, but you'll see from the images that, you know, popping up on the screen here. So it was just finding the one that was going to give us the design that really wowed us. And then we personally not came up with, but we saw some designs where everything was sunken. So you had the kitchen, outdoor kitchen area. That's the other thing. We decided to go for it and really do the backyard the way we wanted. So it's like, how about we put a sunken kitchen, pool, and then on the other side, a sunken like fire pit area. And unfortunately for us, most of the pool builders, well actually all of them, were pretty honest in saying if you drop the kitchen and you drop the fire pit, it's going to cost, if not more, the same amount, if not more than a pool, just because you got to run plumbing, you got to run all these different things to, you know, get the water out of there in case it rains, overflow splashes. You have, you know, frogs, snakes, and things that get down in there, so you have to deal with that. So, you know, extremely grateful that they were forthcoming and not just build it and then we have to deal with the issues later. But the company that we did decide to go with, we signed contract and everything. Not quite sure when we're going to start, but sometime probably this summer. But when you see here, because we're going to show that next, when we got this final design, it was a complete backyard layout visually.
Yeah, it was like resort style, in my opinion. Yeah. Like they had everything.
And what I like about this company is it was all inclusive, you know, to a degree. Like I have a couple friends that are building pools right now or have just recently gone through the process, and they're having to do things that we didn't have to do. You know, the pool builder just said, you know, we'll take care of it. It's kind of all built into the price. And then, you know, we both joined different pool groups, and you find out, you know, when you see a quote, you just look at the bottom line. I'm gonna get a pool, and this is how much it's gonna cost. But it's the ancillary things that really make the difference. Like, do you have a single speed pump or a variable speed pump? What type of decking is included? Are you gonna have stamped concrete, or do you get travertine? How much is it to upgrade to travertine tile, which, you know, a lot of people like to put around their pool? How many LED lights is that going to include? You know, what type, are you going to have a remote system for your pool? There's a lot of variables that you can add to or remove from a pool quote and change your quote by thousands of dollars. We're talking like $20,000, $30,000 just by removing certain luxuries or certain equipment to make the pool.
Much buying a house.
Yeah. So when he gave us the quote, he gave us everything. And when I started to break down and look at, you know, cost differences, okay, like for example, the variable speed, when I'm in the pool groups, I would ask people, you know, like, what difference does it make? And they would tell you why you would want a variable speed or why you want a system where, like in Texas, we just had a little bit of a cold spell where temperatures drop below freezing. And you want to have a system where that heat pump automatically kicks on and keeps the water from freezing. And little things like that, that was just like super important. Or just how the jacuzzi or the hot tub works. And the fact that it's a heated pool. And the fact that we get, you know, the plaster, not plaster, but the Pebble Tech. And Pebble Tech, you know, the coating that they put on the pool before the water, you know, that determines the color, the overall look of your pool. So you can have like
an ocean blue.
Yeah, like an ocean blue. You can have like a very commercial looking where it's white on the bottom, and then you have that Olympic blue. You can have like a
dark.
Yeah, like a dark hue, like a dark, almost look like black water pool, which looks really cool. So you can change how your pool looks. And if a certain pool builder, they're going to give you the basics. Yeah, you have a pool, but you're going to be missing certain qualities. So what I truly appreciate about the builder that we went with is he pretty much gave us all-inclusive package. And then when it came down to, like, you know, submitting plans to the HOA, he just asked for my name who was the HOA company. He did everything.
Yeah, he did everything.
He did the designs. He sent it out. He logged in. He did everything for me.
Did he have to do the permits, or he did the permits?
No, he did. He does everything. I don't have to go to the city. Like, everything was all included. I don't have to, worry about, moving gas lines. The only thing that I have to do is make sure that my Xfinity line is lifted. But everything else they take care of. And I know other companies, you have to do that. And we're at a point in our lives where we're willing to pay for convenience. So it's, it's those little luxuries. Forget materialistic things, just having a person come out and do the maintenance on my vehicle instead of me going to a dealership and having them do the A service or the B service.
Having our laundry picked up and dropped off.
Yeah, pick up and drop off laundry and just all that type of stuff. Paying for convenience, to me, is worth any of the materialistic things that people feel like money can get you. So even though he was more, this pool company was more than
the first guy.
Yeah, everybody really.
Considering what all he did, like, I can definitely see that.
Yeah, and so without getting too deep into the numbers, the quote that we went with, that guy, that company, was about 20,000 more. Maybe not that, because we added more things. Like, you'll see, but we added an outdoor kitchen, we added a TV area, because I have a TV area already right now, and we added a second one, and we added some other things. So if I pull those things back, it's probably only like 10,000, 15,000. But
yeah, because we went back and we added a couple things even after the contracted date.
Yeah, but the cost to move the gas lines alone could be a couple $1,000s. Because when they take a shortcut when they build your home, unless you tell them specifically to go on the perimeter to put your gas lines. So that could be a couple $1,000, and I don't have to cover any of that. Just a little bit of side replacement.
Yeah, the one thing
I take that back. They cover side replacement.
Yeah. Just to kind of go back, when he came out, like, we didn't have to be home when he came out here. I don't know if you gave him like the lot fit at all, but like when he did the
only thing I gave him was like the survey that shows just a outline of the home, no details, but he has
a scale to it.
Yeah, he has and you'll see coming up here soon. You will see that he has our house down to the T, from the brick color to the window trim color. Everything is to scale, because me being I don't want to say perfectionist, but visionary. I'm a visionary. Me being the visionary that I am.
The July Leo.
Anyway, so once he sent it, I was like, there's no way that fits in our backyard.
He went, can I say it? He went to Ace Hardware to get paint. He had me outside.
Marker paint. The upside down can that you can mark grass and lawns with.
It was like one of the first couple of coldest days here, so I wasn't with it. So I'm outside
like 50, 60.
with a hoodie. It was cold. I don't care what you say. It was cold.
Like 50,
we were outside, 60. And he's trying to paint this entire. Wait till y'all see it. Like, he was trying to paint the outline
Do we still have
of this entire. I think. Well, I don't know.
If we have the footage, you'll see it here.
Ooh, I was irritated the entire time. He had blue spray paint on everything. We had it on our clothes. It was on our shoes. It was still on the tape measure.
The tape measure was
when we were hanging
It was a necessary casualty.
It was too much going on. But,
so I marked it.
He was like, I just want to make sure it fits. I was like, Akeem.
Not make sure, I just want to see how it would fit.
That's the same thing.
Not make sure it's if I had
We have pictures, we have a diagram drawing, and then we have a video that we're getting ready to show you. He did not have to go outside with this paint and put it in the backyard. And then he like, I'm standing in the pool. I'm standing in the kitchen. It's like, bruh, but that's the king. He gets excited about stuff like that. So.
And it's not about excitement. It's just more of
excitement.
No, it's really just, if somebody, like, if you showed me that, I was like, there's no way. Based on how he designed, I'm like, there's no way that pool is gonna fit in his backyard.
They have measurements.
I know, but still visually just doesn't look like it. But yeah, so without further ado, we're gonna drop it now?
Yes.
Alright, so here is the pool design.
Let us know in the comments what you think, what you like about it. Just sound off below. Alright guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed that pool rendering as much as we enjoyed it. We are definitely looking forward to building sometime this year. You know, if we stay on track, hopefully, you know, we'll bring you guys information sooner than later.
Because it's not cheap.
With the first dig
at all,
and the process, and you know, once again with everything else, you know, we'll be sure to, you know, upload videos and show you guys that process. We do have a ton of other things that are going on around the house. We have different appointments coming up with some things that we're adding and removing to the house, and then most importantly, we have some sponsorship deals that we have been working on that we're finally getting the final information for. So we'll also be bringing you guys that information as well.
All right, so I want to thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all comment below, hit that like button, subscribe, the whole nine, and ask any questions. If you have any questions about the pool or anything that we're doing with the house that we haven't answered in the video, feel free to ask below, and we'll answer. As you see, we respond back to almost everybody, you know, usually within a day or two. So yeah, definitely comment below, and until the next video, which will be Sunday. We'll put it out there. Sunday we're gonna put out another video.
Yeah.
All right. Peace.